What were your parents' reactions after results day? What football club do you support? Do you get bullied for having a YouTube channel? I could do like a prank channel. I could go to the gym and like drop a dumbbell on like an old woman's head and like... We have just hit 2.5 thousand subscribers, and yeah, I decided why not do a Q&A where my subscribers ask me questions and I answer them just to get to know us better. I put out like a community post on my YouTube channel asking questions and stuff, and a lot of people replied, and also like I've had a lot of unanswered questions about me personally on like other videos, so I'm also going to be answering them. I have a list of questions on my monitor there, so let's get into it. Top tips for A-level maths and further maths. Well, A-level maths and further maths are pretty much the same, just practice. I know a lot of people like have these like weird like revision methods. They're doing like spaced repetition, and that could be good. Those revision methods could be good. These people could be saying like facts, but if you just don't practice, you're not going to get anywhere. And I think that using the 80-20 rule, which basically says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts, basically just by doing practice papers and practice questions and just understanding stuff, you're going to get the A star. It's like I say in all of my videos, there's only four ways you can get the best grade. And also, if you don't get the best grade in any subject, it's because you're not doing one of these four things. And those are understanding content, memorizing the content, applying the content, and stress management. I'm making videos on all of these 4 steps, and basically if you don't get a good grade in any subject, it's because you've overlooked one aspect of any of these 4 things. So yeah, it's not that hard. It's like, it's easier said than done, but it's doable. Like I don't want to boast, but I got A stars in both maths and further maths as my like predicted grade, just literally by practicing. Which one of my A-level subjects do I feel the most confident in? None of them, man. They're A-levels, bro. I don't know. I still have this like weird feeling of like, what if like I get like all U's or something, even though I've got like my predicted grades and stuff. And I don't know, I've had this throughout the year. I had this throughout GCSEs as well. I didn't actually believe that I was going to get the good grade until it actually said on my results card. I'm not one of those people who can accurately like predict any results. So I think for me, maybe A-level maths is my most confident subject. I could say that, actually no, sorry. A-level further maths is the subject I feel the most confident in, just because of how easy like the methods are and stuff. You'll see if you take AS further maths, you'll see it's not that hard. Before you got your GCSE results, did you think you fumbled any of your subjects? Yes. I actually, like I said, I'm not one of those people who can like predict my results well. So even up to the day of GCSE results, I genuinely thought I fumbled everything except maths. Like I thought, because I got good in my mocks, I think because like the actual like lockdown papers for GCSEs weren't that hard, I patterned my mocks. I think my last year 11 mocks, and then the actual 2023 papers were pretty hard. So I thought I fumbled like economics, biology. What else did I think? I thought I didn't do well on chemistry. And I after computer science paper 2, I thought I messed that subject up as well. So like four good subjects I thought I fumbled, but apparently I got like all 9s, or like mostly 9s. So I don't know, I'm not one of those people who can like accurately like deduce exactly how many marks I got on a certain paper, and I never have been. So I don't know, I practice whatever I can leading up to the exam, and then I just forget about the results. I think that's the best way to go, at least for me. Could you give examples of disciplined activities we do over the summer? Maybe some examples of how you stay productive or disciplined. Like I said in one of my videos, of like what you should do over summer, just pick something that gives you like discipline. Pick something that you need discipline for. Literally, this could be as simple as, all right, I want to get a 6-pack over summer. You go on a calorie deficit, you go join a gym. It doesn't have to be anything to do with like academics as well. Just something that builds your discipline. Another example you could do is join a martial arts club and get like a blue belt in that martial arts. So this summer I've been doing like BJJ, which is like jiu-jitsu, quite a lot, and it's been incredible. You need discipline to fight other people, and I think fighting is one of the most fun things you can do in general. So yeah, do anything that requires discipline. Build a business, start a YouTube channel like this one. Try beat me in subscribers. I'll see if you start a YouTube channel, tell me in the comments and I'll subscribe to you, and we'll see if you can catch up to me, or like we'll like race each other who can get to 10k subscribers first. But yeah, just choose something. Like, don't be that one guy who tries to learn like all the content in all of your A levels within summer. Just have one goal, because like if you have too many goals over summer, you're not going to complete any of them. I speak from experience. Unless you're like some productivity expert, unless you're like Spencer Kameni. I see like comments on my YouTube channel saying that Spencer Kameni like revised all of his subjects. Bro, you're not Spencer Kameni. Spencer Kameni, look at Spencer Kameni. Look at his physique, bro. This guy already has discipline. This guy's already disciplined in that approach. Me and you, us simpletons, are not built like Spencer Kameni. So we need to build our discipline, build our work ethic when it comes to productivity and like revising for A levels before we go on our like Sigma grind set mindset and revise 24 hours a day. We just need to understand how to work efficiently before we start revising 10 hours a day. So just pick something that makes you disciplined. Any like goal, like pick one goal and stick to that over summer. Also, what's your opinion on the YouTuber Hamza, as his old content and videos versus now? He actually made a video very recently, and I think it's worth a watch, called What to Spend Your Free Time On. Hamza is how do I put this? Hamza is a very, very influential person. Like, this guy has helped me 2 years ago, but I think at the time of recording this video, he's fallen off a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the last time I saw his channel, he's making business videos. And yeah, business can be good, but like, that's not really why I subscribe to him. I subscribe for self-improvement and stuff. And yeah, he honestly, like, this guy Hamza, he's basically like a YouTuber. And this guy motivated me a lot. Like a year or two ago, he was like telling me to get into the gym. Not like me personally, but telling his audience to get into the gym, like lift weights, be more productive. And this really resonated with me. Like when I was in a rut, when I was like obese and stuff, this like motivated me and stuff. But like recently, I don't know, I watched this video where he was like teaching his followers how to breathe properly, or like he was like, breathe through your chest and that will give you more money or something. And I'm just like, maybe I'm not as advanced as he wants me to be. Let's just put it that way. So I don't really follow him right now, but his old videos, especially like his old like longer guides, they were perfect. But right now, I don't really know. What were your parents' reactions after results day? I'm guessing this is GCSE results day. Honestly, like, it would be really, really cool if I said that, yeah, I got my GCSE results and my parents were so proud of me. We went like, they were so happy and stuff. And honestly, like, it was like that. Like, it was hype. When I got my GCSE results, I was like, yo, I got all 9s. That only like lasted for like 20 seconds. I know how unclimactic that is. That's so like anticlimactic, that's the word. I was so hyped for like 20 seconds, but then after that, I literally just went to the gym. I'm not gonna lie. People, especially like GCSE students, because this is the first sort of like exam results you're gonna get, they imagine your results to be some like wonderful time where you're just gonna be dancing around. If you get the good grade, your parents are gonna be dancing. But honestly, on the day, it's just like, yeah, it's hype for the first like minute or two. But then I'm gonna go to the gym. My parents tell me to like clean my room or something, and it just goes back to normal. I don't know how anticlimactic that is, but that's genuinely how it is. You're gonna get your results. It's gonna be hype for the first 2 minutes, and then you're gonna forget about it and go about your day. At least for me, I literally just opened up my results on my computer, went to my school, collected my results, went out to like eat and stuff, and went to the gym. That was my results day like vlog or something. I know that that's sort of like really kind of sad. But yeah, 2 years of work just for that one moment. But that's my parents' reaction at least. So yeah, that was basically it. What do you want to be in the future? Hopefully, if all goes well, I want to be a man. Hopefully a man. Yeah. Like job wise, I'm assuming you mean occupation wise. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm not one of those people who like from birth I've always had this like mutual spiritual connection to being a doctor or something, and my parents don't really like, I know I'm like brown and Indian and stuff, but like my parents don't really care about what I am. I know I have a lot of like brown Indian friends who like their parents are really, really pushing them to be like a doctor. I want to be a doctor, but yeah, my parents don't really care. I don't really have like a set idea of what I'm going to be in the future, and yeah, hopefully it's something good. Hopefully it's something I enjoy. But yeah, I don't really have like a complete plan in the future. What resources online books do you recommend for A-levels when note-taking and revising? A lot of people get this wrong, at least for me. Literally just do practice questions. It doesn't matter. Just use one resource. You don't have this you shouldn't have this ideology of, oh yeah, this Save My Exams or something is the best resource. No, you get your resources from wherever you can. Just understand the concepts wherever you can. Use Anki. Just literally just use Anki, this one flashcard application, and just do practice questions. That will save you so much time if you just simplify it into those 3 steps. Understand the content either through books. If you don't understand it through a book, ask ChatGPT to explain the topic to you as if you're like a 12-year-old. That's always helped me. This specific prompt, ChatGPT, explain this like electromagnetism to me as if I was a 12-year-old, and it just does that, and then it clicks in your brain, and then you can just do like memorization stuff, and then just do practice questions. A lot of people do like these weird revision methods like the Cornell note-taking system, and that could be good. Like honestly, it could be good, but I think that a lot of people dilute this, and I think especially in this like YouTuber space, I don't know how this may affect other people, but like a lot of it is BS. Like a lot of people overdo how much they actually like do work-wise, and if you just dilute all of your revision stuff, especially like studying and exam stuff, into just doing practice papers, understanding, memorization, you should be fine. Or like that should get you like 80% of the results. Is it possible to balance gym with A-levels, achieving a good balance of each? I honestly, I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart, I go to the gym for like 3.5 hours, 4 hours a day, every day. Like even when I had end of years, that week of end of years, I would still go to the gym every day for like 3 hours. It's 100% possible. Like honestly, 100% possible, and still get good results. I think I've built like a pretty good physique. I know you can't see it through here, but yeah, I spend a lot of time in the gym. I just really like the gym, and yeah, it's 100% possible. I also have this YouTube channel. A lot of people don't realize this. I have a social life. I know you may think I don't have a social life. I do have friends, and I go out with them sometimes. And yeah, it's 100% possible to balance all of these things. Having a YouTube channel, business work, having a job, doing all 4 A-levels, going to the gym 3-4 hours a day, doing a martial art like properly. It's 100% possible if you just manage your time and you don't waste time on Instagram. And I do that sometimes as well. But yeah, if you just have some sort of time management system that I'll make like a video on in the future, you should be fine. What technique is the most suitable for A-level subjects? Is it different from GCSE? No, it's 100% exactly the same as GCSE, except the questions are a bit harder and the content's a bit more. There's a lot of people think that A-levels is like a different beast. No, it's 100% exactly the same as A-levels. I mean GCSE, in that like the format's the same. It's just that like the exam questions are kind of harder and you have more content. That's the only 2 different sort of approaches. It's not like completely different in the style. It's pretty much exactly the same, except more content, harder questions. What did you get in your end of year exams for physics and computer science? I got an A-star in my physics end of year, and I got 90% in that, and I got an A in my computer science end of year because I didn't practice enough programming questions in time conditions. I think all of that is explained in my end of year's UCAS predictions video, which should have already come out. So go and watch that for more information on that topic. How much do you bench if you've ever maxed out? I don't think I've ever maxed out. I think I've benched 100 once, but I don't really do flat dumbbell bench. I do incline bench, and I do like 34s, and I think I just moved up into 36s right now. But like my weights are sort of like staying consistent or like slightly dipping because I'm on a cut now. But hopefully when I start bulking again, I'll like raise them up as well. My goal is, there's this one like really jacked guy in my gym, and he does like 48 incline bench each side, and if I can get to him like somewhere in the future, I'll be a happy man, inside my heart at least. Does doing further maths help with learning physics? Doing maths helps with physics a lot because of mechanics. I think doing further maths sort of helps with physics, but I think that for me at least, it was doing physics that helps with maths, because I think the maths mechanics, or like the physics section in maths, is much harder than the physics section of mechanics. So yeah, I did physics mechanics first, and then I went on to maths mechanics. So yeah, maths and physics help. Further maths is like, its own sort of subject. It's quite independent in the things you learn with just further maths itself. Best strategy for learning content in going into year 12, don't overcomplicate it. Literally just do whatever you can to understand the content. Don't have this like emotional attachment to some like CGP book or something. Literally just use whatever you can to understand the content and move on to the more important thing, which is actually practicing the content. What football club do you support? I support Arsenal. I've been a fan for quite a long time. Every other football team is trash. Changed my mind. I think Arsenal nearly won the league. Man City are all frauds. I don't like anyone who doesn't support Arsenal. So if you don't support Arsenal, please unsubscribe for this channel. Don't actually don't. No, the thing is, right, I watch football like a lot. I'm quite a big football fan, but I don't really like have an emotional attachment to any club. Like, I'm not one of these people who's been following football since like generations ago. I only started supporting Arsenal because other brown people or like other Indian people in my friend circle support Arsenal. So it's like a cultural thing of like, oh yeah, I support Arsenal. But yeah, I don't really have an emotional attachment to the football club Arsenal. How to get a tutoring job as a year 11 in year 11 summer, and what Premier League team do you support? I've already explained what team I support. How do you get a tutoring job? I think you just ask around, honestly. If you like, it's just following the general like job process. I don't think you're not going to expect anything like revolutionary from me. I'm not going to tell you some like undisclosed secret of how to search for a job. I don't know, like using some like website that discovers jobs that have better salaries now. You do the normal application process. You literally just go online, try to find jobs. If not, call them up. If not, go in person. It doesn't get simpler than that. If you just brute force your way into jobs, you should at least find one. That's my approach, at least. And also for me, right, I think tutoring is one of the best jobs you can do. It helps your own understanding when it comes to like maths and stuff, and also it's like rewarding as well. If you see a student that's usually trash at something and they become good in it because of you, it's really rewarding. Unlike like if you become a waiter or something, like you're just serving food, mate. Like you get, I don't know, for me at least, working in a tuition center is 100% way better than being like another job, such as a waiter or like a mechanic or something. How do you use your iPad for sixth form? I think our sixth form, the thing is, right, for our sixth form, everything's done on iPad. So all of our assignments, all of our note taking, everyone is expected to have an iPad in the sixth form. I think our sixth form is very different to other ones in that regard. So I don't have like a different way of using my iPad in sixth form. I just use the normal way that everyone else uses. I use an application called OneNote, which is it's an alright application. I think the application Good Notes is better, but I wouldn't recommend, if you don't have an iPad in sixth form, you can still get all A stars. It doesn't have that benefit that other people think it does. It's just like kind of cool. I kind of feel smarter if I use an iPad compared to just using like a normal book. Cambridge or Oxford? I'm actually applying to one of them. So if I say one of them and then I decide to apply to another one of them, it's gonna look really bad on my application. So I'm gonna like this question will not be answered until later after the application process of year 12 and stuff. But yeah, I do have a preference for one of them, but I'm not gonna say what. What unis are you thinking of going into? I don't know. Some of them good ones, innit? I don't have like again, the thing is, right, a lot of study YouTubers have this like emotional attachment to one subject, or they have this emotional attachment to one university and they have like their life planned out. I'm not a study YouTuber. I don't think I am, at least. I think my channel is really focused on like academic achievement or academic progress and health like progress or like productivity or like self-development, not in like this weird like masculine alpha male way, but like in this like more progressive academic way. So I wouldn't class myself as a study YouTuber, and by extension I don't have this like weird emotional connection to one university, just because I don't really care that much. Like if I get into a good university, good. If I don't, again, good. I'll live my life like it is. It wouldn't really have that much effect on my life. And if you like, I don't really see how people could insult me if I go to a worse university because it's my life, innit? So I haven't really decided what universities especially I'm going into, but I'll apply to the good ones in it. What do you want to do this summer? Because I have no clue what to do. I mean, I do some things, but I have so much time to have an irrelevant question, but I'm curious, what language do you speak? So this guy said, what am I doing this summer? I'm grinding, bro. I'm grinding this YouTube channel. I'm grinding on like admissions tests. I'm grinding personal statement. I do computer science, so I have to do this like NEA project thing. I have to, what else do I have to do? I have to do super curriculars for Oxbridge. I am grinding at the gym. I'm like I really want to go on like a good cut in this gym. So I have a lot of things to do this summer. And also I have to go out with friends. And I'm going to India. So like a lot of things this summer. What language do I speak? English, yeah. At home, my parents speak a lot of languages, but I'm kind of whitewashed. I'm kind of a coconut. So yeah, I'm not like one of those people who speak a different language at home. I just speak English. I think my parents speak Urdu, Hindi, and Kannada, which is another like dialect from South India, but I don't really know how to speak that. And what is your favorite food? What is my favorite food? There's a restaurant, or there's like a fast food company called Kokoro. I like their chicken katsu curry. It's really, really nice there. But yeah, I don't really eat out that often. But if I had to, that is 100% my favorite food. What would be your first step to GCSE revision after finding the specification for the subject? Thanks for the Anki guide, by the way. So, GCSE revision, like I said, for any subject, for any course, for any degree, it only is split into 4 things: understanding, memorization, application, stress management for the day. Do all of these 4 things, follow my guides for each of those 4 things, and you should be fine. Like, that should be your sort of like system in place for that. So I think in the book Atomic Habits, which is like a really, really cool book by this guy named James Clear, which speaks about like habits, he says that the process of forming a habit or doing anything is to systemize it. So systemize it is like having a template to get a result each time. And our result that we want is a good grade. So if we have this template of just doing these 4 things and not doing other like weird revision techniques, like the Cornell note-taking system, or like staying hydrated, or like Revishan's like blurting method, if you just have this like defined template of what you need to do for each subject, then you're gonna sort of get the same result each time. So just follow my guide on like those 4 things, and that should be your step when you're doing GCSE revision. How to start a business? How do you start a business? I don't know. Read books, innit? I think follow this guy named Alex Hormozi. He speaks a lot about business. My business right now is my YouTube channel, because I have like sponsors and stuff, and I get ad revenue. So this is pretty much like sort of replaced my part-time job at the tuition center. So now I can take more time off my tuition center and like, I don't know, go out more with friends and stuff. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. Start a YouTube channel, honestly. Like, I thought I was gonna be like really, really bad at YouTube, but I'm not that. I wouldn't say I'm that bad. So, and I've grown quite a lot. Like, I have thousands of subscribers now, which is kind of scary. But yeah, just start a YouTube channel and you'll be fine. Am I Indian? I am Indian. I was born in a city called Bangalore in South India. I was born in I think the town was called, the town was called like Vidyaranyapura, which is like I think it's called Vidyaranyapura. I don't even know, bro. I'm whitewashed, so I don't really know that much about like India and stuff. And I don't really know that language that well. But yeah, I was born in India, so I'm Indian. I would say I'm Indian. How do you revise for A-level physics effectively? Like, where do you learn the content and practice it? A good website is called Save My Exams. That's really good. Just use, again, I've been repeating this again and again in this video, use anything to learn the content. It doesn't matter what you use, just use something to learn the content. Memorize it through Anki and just apply as many practice questions. Apply it through as many practice questions as humanly possible, and then have like some way of documenting that, and then you'll be fine. As long as you do that and then manage your stress on the exam day. I'm making like a full guide on how to manage your stress on the exam day so you perform optimally. If you just do that, you should be fine. Tell your A-level marks. I haven't done my A-levels yet, but I'll tell you my end of year marks. I got 38 out of 50 on my further maths A-level. I got 87 out of 100 in my A-level maths. I got 63 out of 70 on my physics end of year, and I can't remember the exact mark, but I got 67% on my end of year computer science paper. UFC GOAT, probably Khabib. I know he's like, no, probably either GSP, Fedor, or Khabib. I watch a lot of UFC, and I'm not one of these like Khabib like fanboys. I genuinely think that this guy has dominated the UFC for so long. You can't, like, a lot of people say that like, oh yeah, he's beaten like quite underperformed people or like unachieved people, but I think that Khabib, the thing is, the thing that's different with Khabib is that every single fight he's had, he's won it in a very formidable fashion. He's completely beat every single person, like completely. He's absolutely destroyed every single person he's fought against. And I think that this method of completely destroying every single like opponent he's had and then retiring undefeated makes him a very, very good cause for the GOAT argument. If not, I don't really like John Jones, but yeah, fair enough. John Jones, maybe. How am I so handsome? Don't know. I don't really know how to answer that, but yeah, don't know. Yeah, what makes it worse is it's a dude who asked that. So yeah, I don't know. What is my caloric surplus diet and your caloric deficit diet? My caloric surplus, the thing is, right, I used to have something called a binge eating disorder. So I used to be bulking, but what I actually used to do was just like stuff my face with junk food. Now I've sort of like fixed that through meditation and stuff. But what you should be doing on a caloric surplus or like a bulk, you should be having your maintenance calories. So for example, mine is 2,500 or like 2,700. And you should just be adding around like 300 to 400 calories more or 300 to 400 calories less. So right now I'm cutting on 2,100 calories. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Like one day you may be eating like less, or maybe you like binge eat one of the days. The important thing is that you're in this state for enough time. So behind me I have this habit tracker, and every time I fill in the calories, every time I'm within 2,100 calories, I tick like the box for each day. And if I have around like 90 or 80% of the month filled out, even if I like fumble sometimes, you're eventually going to lose fat. Or if you want to gain weight, you're eventually going to gain weight even if you undereat some of the days. One thing I dislike about A-levels. I don't like how A-levels are solely dependent on your like last year 13, year 13 results. I think that 1 point of failure is so bad, because imagine, right, you revise so hard and you get into like Cambridge or something, and then your offer is like A star, A, right? But in the A-level month or A-level week, you get sick. Now all of that hard work is gone down the drain. Now you have to reapply and stuff. I think if you were to change A-levels, I would make the grade like the American system, where you have mini tests throughout the year and then they take the average of the whole year, just because you don't have to put yourself through so much stress at the end of the year. But again, I like how like A-levels and like exams are mimicking how fighting works, right? Imagine you're a UFC fighter or a boxing fighter. You've trained for like 4 years up to this fight, but how you perform on the day will determine your future. And that's how it is in A-levels as well. That's why I draw so much comparison between like fighting and like I try to analyze these fighters to get better in my own academic journey. But yeah, that's something I have a distaste for when it comes to A-levels. It's solely dependent on those like 2-3 weeks at the end of the year. How are you so productive? I'm not that productive, but the key productivity technique that I've learned is that you only procrastinate everyone procrastinates, right? Even the high level is like procrastinate. But what you need to procrastinate on is basically the lower ROI tasks. So for example, if I have like, I don't know, YouTube videos to film, or if I have to do like an admissions test paper, I would do that first and then procrastinate all of the weird like other low level tasks that you have. So if you're like, if a girl's messaging you, or like you have to like reply to like YouTube comments, or like you have emails and stuff, you procrastinate that later on, so you just focus on the work that is meaningful to you. So if you make that into a habit, like that will take time, that will take like months to build into a habit. If you just do the highest leverage, most important work, like the first thing you do is that, it's called eat the frog. If you just do that and then you procrastinate everything else to the end, you're gonna be bad at like replying to text messages, and you're gonna be bad at and inefficient at replying to emails, but you're gonna do like the work that matters, and that's what really matters. You only want to do the work that's meaningful to you, and it doesn't really matter if, like, I don't know, if you don't reply to an email in time, right? You're just concentrating on the results, and that's what will get you into the results. So I'm not really productive. I just try to procrastinate the lower level things in life. GF or nah? No comment. Yeah, no comment. Do you get bullied for having a YouTube channel? Mate, I am a purple belt in BJJ. If someone bullies me, I will break their neck. No, I'm just joking. No, not really. I don't think so. I think a lot of people know that I have a YouTube channel in school, but I don't think they care. Like, no one really cares, mate. Like, a lot of people have this, like, halo. It's called the halo effect. I think Ali Abdal was talking about this. It's where, like, you think that the whole world revolves you and everything you do is seen under a spotlight. But, like, if you post on your Instagram story, no one really cares. Like, fair enough, I have this, like, cringy YouTube channel where I advise people on, like, education stuff and, like, fitness and stuff. No one really cares. I think that this work is meaningful to me because it helps a lot of people. Like, a lot of people have really benefited from this channel, and that's really what matters to me. So if some person comes up to me and starts, like, yapping, I don't really care. What music do I listen to? I like a lot of UK drill, US sort of rap. My favorite rapper is this guy named Kendrick Lamar. You probably know him now. I really like Drake, honestly. I don't like Drake, but, like, I like his music, innit? I like this guy named Unis. He's the best rapper in the world. Unis is so good. I like his music a lot. I like Kendrick a lot. My favorite album of Kendrick's is probably Mr. Morales or Mr. Morale or Section 80. That's a personal favorite. How do you edit your videos? I don't edit my videos. I don't. In Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week, he says to outsource all of the tasks that other people can do better than you. And I'm not that good of an editor, so I just outsourced that to my editor who's editing this video right now. So thank you to Shah for editing this video. I've had an editor since, like, 300 subscribers, so I outsourced quite long ago, but hopefully that will help me upload more consistently and just grow as a YouTuber in the future more so. How did you decide the genre of your YouTube channel? That's a good question. For me, right, there's only, like, a couple of, like, genres I could do. I can't really do, like, film analysis. So it's basically either education or entertainment. What can I educate people on? I decided that, like, all right, first of all, entertainment, right? What can I entertain people on? I could do, like, a prank channel. I could go to the gym and, like, drop a dumbbell on, like, an old woman's head and, like, haha, that's a prank. But that's not really my style of content, and I don't think I'm, like, a menace like that. So I'm not, like, Gideon or something. So I would say that, like, I like the educational style of YouTube. I like the audience that education style of content brings, because if I make, like, educational style videos, if I make videos on how to help someone or, like, educate someone, I think that attracts a very academic and very smart audience, something that I used to not be. I wasn't, like, a smart person. So I think that having, like, a community or a following of people who are also smart and also, like, academic focused and health focused will really help me. So yeah, I just thought of the things that I'm sort of good at, or think of, like, the unfair advantage you have, and I just started making videos on that. And that happened to be fitness, health, GCSEs, A-levels, education, academics. So yeah, best study YouTuber. Probably this guy named, I used to watch this guy named Udoka Fintelman. So basically my story was, like, I started watching this guy named Ali Abdal when he had, like, 100,000 subscribers. So he was, like, the OG of this space. This guy was genuinely the G. He was the best at this, right? But then he sort of, like, deviated into, like, business content, which I still like, right? But then this guy named Udoka Fintelman popped up. I really, really like this guy's, like, style of content, like, the aesthetic vibe he had. And then my biggest op, Revishan, came in and he dominated. So, like, my goal is to beat that guy, right? There can only be one Indian in this space, and it's not him. So he's my biggest op. That's my main motivation for this channel. Let's beat Revishan. Subscribe to this channel right now. How do I get into the gym? How did I get into the gym? Probably through Hamza. I think I answered this beforehand. Yeah, I just watched his videos. He convinced me to get into the gym. But for me, right, the way you get into the gym is literally just to start. if you just start, like, just go into the gym and do something. Make it as fun as possible. And then, like, momentum will start building up. And then you go into, like, the workout routines. Then you go into, like, your diet and stuff. If you go into the gym and you want, like, the 10-hour workout session, you're going to be so tired after that you just don't want to come back. That's the same with, like, revision, or, like, that's the same with work. When I used to be, like, a degenerate, right, I wouldn't study at all throughout the day. And I thought that, like, to counter my weeks and weeks of inaction or not revising, I had to do, like, the 10-hour, 12-hour study session. But that's not true. If I literally just started by studying for, like, 30 minutes a day, I could build that up eventually. But most people have, like, an ego of, like, oh yeah, like, 30 minutes isn't that much, so I can't really revise. But just start small and then build up. And then when you eventually relapse again, which will happen, I haven't done any work for the last 3 weeks, so I need to build up my tolerance when it comes to revision again. You start back small, lose the ego. Like, I'm admitting right now, ever since my end of years, I haven't really done that much revision. And when I try to do work again, it's just so hard. So what I did was I just started by doing 1 hour a day and then just built that up. So yeah, just start small, lose the ego, and then gradually build up when it comes to gym and also, like, revision or work. Last question is, why did you start martial arts? Martial arts, I started this martial art called Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's honestly, like, I think I'm built like a wrestler naturally. I have, like, a stocky waist. I don't have, like, the aesthetic bodybuilder sort of physique. But I started BJJ, I don't know. I've always had this, like, I used to get into a lot of, like, school fights and stuff. Of course, I won every single one. But yeah, like, I don't really know why I started, but it's been really fun. Like, honestly, one of the best stress relieving thing you can do is either spar through Muay Thai or boxing or BJJ. Because think about this, right? If you have a lot of stress on your mind, you're overthinking, if someone's trying to break your neck or trying to break your arm, you will concentrate on the person in front of you. You won't be thinking about, like, A-level math revision when someone's about to break your arm. You're going to be thinking about how to survive. Similarly, in, like, Muay Thai, if someone's about to punch you in the face, you're not going to be thinking about physics revision tips, or, like, if you've done the homework, if you're just about to get punched in the face. So I think that, like, stress relieving wise, and also overall, like, confident, I've just become, like, I think, in my opinion, I've just become more confident in general when I started martial arts. So yeah, just join the martial arts gym if it's possible, and it gives you a lot of, like, stress relieving mechanisms if you're that guy who just gets a lot, like, stressed, or if you're just not that confident. But yeah, I think that's the end of the questions. If you want to see more content like this and you just want to see me grow in general, I'm trying to build a community of people who are more academically focused and more health focused in general, and want to improve their productivity and also, like, want to be successful in the future. If you're one of these people who fit into this description and this really relates to you, consider subscribing. Like the video, share this video, and again, subscribe to Shamalam. Hopefully we'll hit 3,000 subscribers soon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Music, bro.
Yo, go slower on the Eastern.
I can't do the set, man.